Hello everyone, the purpose of this video is to review the moles concept. If you're good with this, you can skip this video. But before we move into Chapter 9, I want to review the concepts of Chapter 8, which was to make you comfortable with the idea of moles. So moles is a quantity of, do you remember the number? 6.022 times 10 to the 23 things. And just as in your mind you associate a dozen with 12, you should also associate a mole with 6.022 times 10 to the 23. And we say that chemists upsize by the mole because it makes the quantities, it allows us to visually see the quantities necessary to measure out in the lab. And so a periodic table is doubly useful if you consider an atom at a time. The masses stand for AMU, atomic mass units, or if you consider a mole at a time, the masses stand for grams. We can see grams, we can scoop them out onto an electronic balance, so that's the convenience of the mole. So let's review how we converted between grams and moles, because this is a necessary skill for Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is on stoichiometry, which is a fancy word for saying calculations of quantities for chemical reactions. And we need the moles concept to be very solid in your mind. Alright, on the top of the molar mountain, which is what I'm drawing here, we have grams, and in the bottom right you have the molar mass, the grams per mole. Remember, you can always get this from the periodic table. So the bottom right corner is always accessible to you from the periodic table. And then in this bottom left of the molar mountain, we write the number of moles. So let's just switch back and forth a couple times. Let me first of all remind you that this line here is the divide line, and this line here is the multiply line. Okay, so if I said you have 50 grams of sodium is how many moles, you would do that by saying, okay, I'm being given grams, which is the top, put my 50 up there, and my molar mass from the periodic table, I go and I see it's 23 for sodium, and so I divide 50 by 23 and I think you get 2.2, and this would be 2.2 moles. That's your answer. Alternatively, if you were asked 5 moles of hydrogen gas has what mass, you would be going for the top. So you are given moles, which is the bottom left corner, as 5. The molar mass of H2 gas is 2. So your answer would be 10 grams. So back and forth with the molar mountain, it lets us convert between grams and moles. The top line is divide, bottom line is multiply, and put them in their respective places, and it will keep things straight. And that's all we need to review for now. We'll move on with moles in Chapter 9.